You have also served as the IG for the CID. So, what is the difference in the work profile there and that as a cop? And is it more difficult or complex cases to handle? And what were the biggest challenges there?
I'll explain to you. See, the CID is the CBI of Maharashtra.
Okay.
Now, unlike executive police, the CID merely investigates. The CID does not maintain order.
Okay.
Like, for example, if you go to a police station, the police station officer and the staff, they do investigate. They investigate offenses, but they also have to maintain order. Processions, rallies, Ganesh Utsav, this, that, and the other. But the CID merely investigates cases like the CBI. Now, which are the cases that the CID investigates? Well, the CID, barring one particular area which I'll explain later, the CID does not have power to suo motu
Arrest or
no, pick up cases from any unit and investigate.
okay.
It is for the Director General of Police Maharashtra or the government of Maharashtra and also High Courts and Supreme Courts that can hand over investigations from a field unit to the CID. So the CID, in other words, investigates only those cases which are handed over by A, the Director General of Police, B, or the state government, or C, High Courts or Supreme Court.
So why would they be handed over? Because they're too...
Now, I'll come to that too. The only cases which the CID has to investigate without formal orders happen to be cases, custodial death cases.
Okay.
Whenever anyone dies in custody, police custody, then the case is taken up by the CID under a general order. So he doesn't have to seek permission in every single case. Now, generally, cases which are very complex in nature, cases the ambit of which spans over several districts or maybe several states, complex economic offenses, offenses which whip up a lot of public scrutiny. Those are generally the kind of offenses that that are handed over to the CID by these authorities. But the authorities have all the powers under the sun to hand over whichever case they want. So once the case is handed over to the CID, then the local police station loses jurisdiction, and it's for the CID then to investigate and go ahead with the prosecutions. I served in the CID for 2 years, and it was a very enriching experience. See, I very pompously, prior to joining the CID, believed that I knew a lot of law and investigation, but that was not the case. It was only, see, as a senior, as an IPS officer, an IPS officer doesn't investigate. He merely supervises.
Okay.
The investigation is done by juniors like sub-inspectors, inspectors, and head constables.
Okay. Okay.
But there in the CID, every single investigation and every single case has to be routed through the IG, the additional DG to the courts.
Okay.
So I had to study every single case put up before me, and I learned a lot.
So is it possible for you to talk about anything that was part of your purview when you were in the CID?
See, I also happened to handle quite a few custodial death cases, one of which took place in Sangli, if you remember.
Okay.
There was a very serious custodial death case there. The person arrested died in police custody, and if you recall, the offenders, essentially policemen, they whisked away the dead body to Ratnagiri and they burnt it in a forest. So that case was investigated by the CID, and Mr. Ujjwal Nikam was appointed the prosecutor for the case. The trial is on in Sangli right now.
Okay.
And so that was a very harrowing case, and the investigation was completed in stipulated time period, and the charge sheet was forwarded to the court. So that was one case that I would like to quote. I'd like to slightly digress and tell you something else now. The CID is not just about investigations.
Okay.
The CID also handles what is called the CCTNS. Now I'll tell you what it is all about. See, very recently, in fact, in the year 2024, the Parliament of India enacted three new laws: the BNSS, the BNS, and the BSA, to replace the old IPC, CRPC, and the Evidence Act, which were the cornerstone of these were the laws we depended upon for our police investigations and other work. Now, a lot of changes have been brought about. The most important feature of the BNS, and BSA is that it incorporates the use of technology for investigation, which was missing then.
All right.
A new app has been launched, which is called eSaksh, which the IOs are expected to download on their devices. And now a lot of importance and weightage has been given to e-evidence, that is electronic evidence, in terms of electronic photography, videography of this scene of offense. And once he downloads and uses the eSaksh app, then the scene of crime is geo-tagged, and whatever he uploads, it goes to a server there. So that takes care of the integrity of the evidence collected. In the past, the old laws, like the officer would draw Panchanama. Now, what is the Panchanama? You're supposed to call two people from the neighborhood and then prepare a document, ask them to sign, and they were supposed to come and depose in the courts of law. A very archaic kind of a thing. With eSaksh, I think eSaksh is the game changer.
Wow.
Yes. And a lot of emphasis has been given to technology, particularly e-technology. Now, the other important thing is where CID comes into picture is now all the pillars of the criminal justice system are being interconnected through what we call the ICJS. So what are the pillars of the criminal justice system? Police, prisons, courts, prosecutions, and forensic science labs. So they will all be integrated. They can access each other's data, and they can be in communication online. So now what is going to happen is, earlier charge sheets, we would carry a bunch of papers and give it to the court. Now these would be e-uploaded. So now we are going paperless.
Okay.
So the service of summons is also soon going to be paperless.
Wow.
So there is elimination of papers, integration of the criminal justice system, eSaksh for the IOs to do investigate in a very facile manner and upload electronic documents to the server, and there will be no issues of integrity. So this is what these three laws have brought about, which is a very, very welcome change, and
Yes.
and not only brought about, there is continuous monitoring from the central government as to the progress made.
Wow.
Whether these laws are being enforced in the right earnest. So that is also one thing. The other important thing that I would like to point out here is that a lot of emphasis has been laid on use of forensics in investigation. Forensics essentially means solving legal problems using specialized knowledge, like specialized knowledge in science, in medicine, in ballistics, so on and so forth. So now, in a matter of 5 years, every subdivisional police officer and DCP will have forensic vans. There are some right now, but then they have given us a period of 5 years. The law itself says so. And whenever a serious offense is committed, this van will rush to the scene. And as they do in the West, the scene is cordoned off,
right,
and it is the technical person. See, previously the policeman would collect samples, but it is the technical person who would collect samples, look for fingerprints, this, that, and the other, and the forensics, the forensic science department and their van would buttress police investigations in a manner which has never happened before.
Wow.
So that is also very welcome. Now, other new things that have been factored in is the concept of zero FIR.
Okay.
I'll tell you what. For example, I'll give you practical examples to illustrate my point. Say you board a train at Delhi. with a bag. You get down in Bombay and your bag is missing. So if you go to a police station, this was the past when zero FIRs were not formally in existence as a part of the procedural code. So you go to say Bombay Central Station and say कि मेरी bag गुम हो गई है, मुझे FIR देना है. The first thing will ask you, where did you lose it? Was it Bhopal? Was it Agra? So they have jurisdiction. So you'll have to go there. Now the rule is, regardless of jurisdiction, you can get your case registered in any police station. For example, an offense takes place in, say for example, a person is robbed while he's on a bus in Pune. He gets down at Bombay and goes to a police station. So they will register his case with the number 0 and they'll forward it to Pune. So you don't really have to travel to Pune now to register any file.
Okay.
So that is another very, very, very important provision. The other provision herein is the concept of EFIRs. So now, without going to the police station, if you give an FIR online, then it will be entertained provided you go and sign the paper within 3 days.
Okay.
So this is also a very important provision that they have incorporated, and it is the CID now that is supposed to overlook and ensure that all of these things are done quickly and promptly, and there is a continuous
Process
going on and monitoring too from the center. So this is also something the CID is doing right now.